The silence of pain, the silence of hate and hurt ate me alive. And the desire to revenge was alive. In me.
In me.
In me.
In me.
In me.
My name is Hope Azeda, and I'm a human being. I am a dreamer, and I'm an artist. An artist in the sense that I dream of things and just look for a way to project my thoughts and imaginations to the world. So sometimes I'm into writing or music or dance. It's for me, that's what I am. But why did I start Mashirika? I started Mashirika because for me there was a need. There was a need to have a space that would allow us to be artists, a space where we would dream, a space where we would play and make mistakes, innovate and be creative. And I like working with young people a lot. And I created that to create a channel where our visions and dreams could have a space to breathe, to come to life. So that's why Mashirika was created.
Don't do it. Sana.
Do it.
Don't do it.
Don't
do it.
How did Mashirika start is also another interesting story. Basically, my whole entire life is a script on its own. So I was an actress in one of the companies in Uganda. It was called Impact International. And I remember I had left school and gone to perform. I was at university and I had gone to perform at the National Theatre. And while I was performing at the National Theatre, I was acting as a Rwandan DJ. It was in this piece called Radio Mambo Bado. So in the audience, there was the director of information at that time coming from Rwanda, but I didn't know him. But after the performance, he came and said to me, I heard you speak a bit of Kinyarwanda. Do you come from Rwanda? I said, yes. And said, why can't you come and start theater in Rwanda? I was like, you know what? I don't have friends. My Kinyarwanda is bad. I don't speak French. So I don't know where to start from. And he said, whenever you're done with your studies, come look for me. And that's exactly what I did. I had written a play about Rwanda. It was about reconciliation. It was entitled Amashiga Yasehutsitwa. So I brought that play in an envelope, and I told my brother, you need to take me to Orenfor. At that time, it was the National Office of Information. And he was like, why do you go there? Do you have an appointment? I'm like, no. The director there said that whenever I'm done with my school, I show up. And I'm done with my school, here I am, and I'm looking for him. And it was like, that's really a crazy way of doing things. I'm like, just take me, do you know where the place is? So he took me without an appointment with my envelope, and I went to this place. There's so many other escorts. It was a lot of security at that time. And I talked to the secretary, and he said, and she asked me, do you have an appointment? I was like, no. But he said, when I'm done, I should come back. So he said, he's in a meeting. I said, I'll wait. Because really, in my secondary school, we are always reminded and pushed to always knock on the right door. So I didn't want to start like leaving my envelope, which had my script. And you know, when you write a play, it's like your child. You've given birth to a child and you're carrying this child in your back, but in an envelope. So you cannot just leave it with anyone. So I was so protective of my envelope on my laps. Then finally, an entourage comes in, and it is the director of Orenfor with his escorts. And he said, Hope. I'm like, yes, sir. I stood up. You're here? I'm like, yes, I'm here and I'm ready to start. He said, okay, I'll introduce you to some other writers in the drama department. So he introduced me to the drama department, and I found two gentlemen who really helped me start. They helped me translate my script from English to Kinyarwanda. They put me in contact with the local artist, and every Saturday we would meet at 10 a.m. under a tree in front of that radio station, because that's the only space we had. And that's how Mashirika was born.
These echoing voices haunt me. I can't sleep.
Ubumunu Festival came as also as a success result of what Mashirika had been doing. So in 2015, I was approached by fellows of the Africa Leadership Initiative, and they asked me to join the course, which was for 2 years. But 2 years for me, it was too much. I was like, 2 years is a lot. In 2015, with all the things I have to do, they said, no, you're going to have just 4 weeks in 2 years. So 1 week, 1 week per one course. So in this project of Africa Leadership Initiative, its main purpose is to push success to significance. So they were like, Hope, you've done this and we've given you mighty applauses. We have cheered you on and we have gone like, wow. But what are you doing to leave a legacy? What are you doing to create significance? What if you leave this world today? What remains behind? And that's when it dawned on me that it was time for me to start creating impact with knowledge. So that's how the festival came. So at the end of the course, you're supposed to do a challenging project. So that's how I came with Ubumunu Arts Festival. I was like, I've done a lot of works at the Genocide Memorial, and every time these works are taken abroad or showcased here in this country, people love them. There's something so special. People have come to me and said, what made you do that production? But that production was the voice of silence I listened to when I was at the Genocide Memorial. So it's like, why not create a festival at the memorial? Definitely this was the craziest idea. A memorial we're supposed to there to mourn, but we can also mourn with art. We can also use art to reflect and be a space to advocate for, to make sure that crimes against humanity may not repeat itself. So that was my leadership project, and that's how Ubumunu was born in 2015. Audience, first of all, there is the challenge of the mindset of what has been built or different misconceptions around the art industry. But again, when you find this aspect of mindset, of not understanding it, of seeing it as another thing or seeing it as just a talent and not a profession, it comes also to the roots of our education system. It comes to the roots of the fact that, this is not a subject people learn in school. So if they're not learning in school, anyone can do it. Anyone can dance, anyone can do this, but it's actually a subject to learn in school. So I think when we reach that point, when art is pursued as a profession right from kindergarten to university, I think to have a different, our mindset will change. But it has also changed to some level. The fact that we are using art to confront issues of domestic violence, of of issues of violence against girl child, of issues of corruption with the Ombudsman projects, with issues of, sensitizing masses. By the time we came to the lockdown, we had even reached every audience we had was not less than 10,000. Everywhere went, we were mass, which is the best opportunity for us to inject in different messages. You entertain, but at the same time, you educate. It's a time for us to adapt. It's a time to know that now our audience is no longer just physically at the Kigali Genocide Memorial. It is now a global audience. So we think Rwanda, but we think also the circles outside Rwanda. We think the region, we think the world. So what kind of content do we tailor for this kind of audience? It's a big challenge. Of course, we would prefer a physical audience because we are physical people. We touch, we hug, we see people, we connect with eyes. But I think there's also a positive element to it. And I'm trying to go as positive as I can in this lockdown because I think it's a time for us to just shift to a new world. So we are going to this new world. We are into this, I would call it a portal, coming from the real world to a new world. And that shift, for me, that bridge is what is right. That's where we are right now. And that's why we have now started building an audience online with our project called 100 Stories of Home. 100 Stories of Home are slowly, getting an audience. Because for me, at first I thought like, this is not the content for social media. Social media is so like, you know, it's all about glamour, it's all about masks, it's all about, you know, flashy images. But here we are talking about subjects that would reopen wounds, subjects that tap on the innermost of the truest self, subjects that are sensitive. But honestly, people are buying this. I think this is the right time for people to buy into this kind of content. The good thing about the festival that we have always encouraged was that we encouraged collaborations. So we're going to have a very beautiful collaboration between Rwanda, Germany, and Bosnia. And the subject was our shared stories. So the process had started in terms of looking for grants, in terms of brainstorming on Skype. But now these guys can't come and do a residence here. We're like, so what do we do? What is the version? The other exciting thing that we can't have right now is we're going to have a collaboration between young people from Rwanda and UK in Birmingham. So young people from Rwanda, like about 8 or 10, we are going to travel to Birmingham in UK to collaborate with another organization called the Eco Eternal. And they're going to create a piece that we are going to do at the festival. And then this piece would go back to the City of Culture, whatever, Coventry, and then end up in the Commonwealth Games. So Ubumuntu was always like a spark of creativity and collaborations, but we'll try and keep all that somehow. And whenever the world starts moving, and we can see how we can restore some of that.
To me, indeed, it was a blow. I was in agony.
It's not an easy, there's nothing easy in this world. There's nothing easy. And I think whatever your passion is, whatever you feel your heart loves, whatever you feel your skills are, it will always call for hard work. So the more you craft your game, you become a master of that game. So what I think has helped Mashirika a lot is the consistency. We didn't like channel into other things. We've been what we are for the last 20 years, and every day we get better. So being consistent is really key. You know, like that's how Apple is Apple. They started with a phone, now we look at and laugh. Then they made it better. They keep just cleaning up their game, you know, being innovative with different iPhone 10, iPhone what, and iPhone what. So they never stop. So there is no point where you feel like, oh, I'm successful. No, success is the beginning of another journey. Success is the beginning of wisdom.